Hello and welcome back. My name is Daniel and this is a series of tutorials about Patternade. Today, in this tutorial, we're going to talk about seam allowance. Now, if you've registered, then you should have one of the demo patterns in front of you, and you can see that almost all of them have seam allowance applied. That's just the way things are, but we can easily modify it. So I'm going to click the sleeve there and click zoom in, just so that we can get a better view. Now, while looking at this piece, we can see that the seam allowance is not equal across all sides. We actually have no seam allowance on the base there. We can actually select a line. Once we have a line selected, we have the seams here. This has been given 3/8 of a seam. I could change that to 1/2 to get 1/2 inch of seam allowance, or we can make that 1/4 to get less. Another option is to simply select the piece in general, and you can apply seam equally throughout the pattern. So I'm going to go for 1/2 inch seam all the way around, and you can see that that applies it equally all around the side. Often in a pattern you want more seam allowance at a base, and you can see that that has been applied. These seams have been set to 13/16 of an inch, so we're going to make that 1 inch. And that's how you set seam allowance. I'll finish this last one, and it gets added all along the side. We know that the seam starts and ends with a corner, so if we have knots along the way like we did on this sleeve here, the seam skips that smooth corner and goes all the way from one corner to the next. That's how we apply seams. Thanks a lot.